Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final day of Cider Week, New York City. This day is a little bittersweet. This will wrap up our entire season of 2020 Cider Weeks. And as you can imagine, it has been a very interesting journey. I want to thank all of you for coming along with us. We have had some amazing in-person experiences across the state, but we've also had some really special virtual digital online experiences as well, ranging from cider cocktails to some really amazing panel conversations to some orchard and harvest and cidery tours. And all of it is available at our YouTube channel, New York Cider Association TV. So if you miss anything throughout this whole year of Cider Weeks that's been online, you can go back and watch it at your convenience. So pour yourself a nice glass of cider from your favorite New York State cidery and sit back and relax and watch some really great on-demand programming. I want to give a big giant shout out to Rachel Freyer, who is our producer for Cider Weeks, who has been just a phenomenal amount of support this year and helping me learn in my new role here as executive director for the New York Cider Association on learning the ropes on Cider Weeks and pivoting to doing all the fun, exciting things we've done this year. So thank you, Rachel, so much. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up today with this really awesome orchard tour that Ryan Burk produced for us and the folks at Angry Orchard produced for us back in June for our Hudson Valley Cider Week. And so this is a replay of that. I hope you'll enjoy it. And before we go, I just want to give a big shout out again and thank you to all of you who have come along with us, all of participants this year across the state, and all of our sponsors. We just simply could not do it without you. So thanks so much. And we'll have the big wrap up here with the Angry Orchard virtual orchard tour. All right, let me pull this up here and we'll get going.
Hey everybody, Ryan Burk here, head cider maker at Angry Orchard. Welcome to our virtual orchard tour for Hudson Valley Cider Week. We're standing in the Hudson Valley right now at our 60-acre orchard in Walden, New York. We've been here on this site for the last 5 years, and in those 5 years, we transitioned this orchard over from culinary apples like Red Delicious, Cortland, McIntosh, over to traditional cider apples. We're almost done. It's been a really long and fun project. We have a variety, a ton of variety of different apples on the orchard now. And most of those apples are what we call cider apples. So what does that mean? They're apples that are grown specifically for cider making, not for eating. If you bit them, you would spit them out, most of them. They don't really taste great off the tree, but they taste great as juice, and they taste even better as cider. And so we've kind of done it in a few different waves, which really makes this site pretty exciting for us. So right next to me are some Hairy Masters. These are bittersweet apples. They're English apples. What's cool about it, aside from that it's going to crop really heavy this year, is that we put these trees in the ground 5 years ago. These are going to be big old trees one day. They're going to grow up and be really big, kind of like the apple trees that are right behind me here. These are the original apple trees on the orchard. So Jeff Chris, who we bought the farm from, put those in his 20s. They're now, well, I won't give his age away, but they're somewhere between 40 and 60 years old at this point. And what's cool is this is going to eventually look like that. And then sort of in between the two are some grafted trees. And so instead of tearing out the old trees, we actually cut the top off of the old trees and took a piece of our new tree and grafted it onto the rootstock of the old tree. So eventually this will grow up to be as big as that, and it'll sort of be seamless. But what's cool, even more cool beyond that, is we're also growing apple trees in a more modern way. They're much more closer together. You've probably seen orchards like this driving around. They're on trellises. There's a lot more trees to the acre. And so eventually, what we're really excited about is working with our partners at Cornell to really look at fruit quality across all these different growing systems. So we have the new modern way, we have tear out and replace, and sort of the old way, and then also grafting, and we have the same varieties growing on all three different systems. So eventually, all of this fruit will be coming to bear, and we'll really be able to look at, does the system matter to the quality of the fruit, which is really exciting for us, for our friends at Cornell, and really for cider. So stay in touch, stay in tune with what we're doing. These apples are starting to turn into cider, and this is going to be one of the first really heavy crop years for us. So there's some interesting stuff coming out of the orchard, and we hope to see you here in Walden. Cheers.
Cider Week New York City is brought to you by the New York Cider Association and is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors and by the support of our official Cider Week New York City participants. Join us at NewYorkCiderAssociation.com.